Hi everyone, this is Tarek here from Tea Talks, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will build on the previous episode discussing the journey of self-improvement, focusing on the themes of developing resilience and overcoming challenges. Resilience is a vital trait. It empowers us to navigate setbacks, embrace growth, and continue progressing towards our goals. We'll dive into two key aspects of building resilience: embracing failure and growth, and cultivating self-compassion. Let's get started. Embracing failure and growth is one of the most important things towards building resilience. We often fear failure and let it discourage us, but failure is a natural part of any self-improvement journey. It provides valuable lessons and insights that propel us forward. So how can we embrace failure and use it to our advantage? One practical way is to reframe failure as a learning experience. When faced with a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Reflect on the specific actions or decisions that led to the outcome and identify areas for improvement. By reframing failure as an opportunity to grow and learn, you can extract valuable lessons that help you avoid similar pitfalls in the future. Building resilience is connected to the growth mindset, which we discussed in the previous episode. It's important that you embrace the belief that abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but that they can be developed through effort and learning. When faced with a challenge, view it as an opportunity to stretch your abilities and acquire new skills. Creating the growth mindset allows you to approach challenges with resilience, knowing that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but rather an opportunity for growth. For a personal example of the growth mindset and how I apply it, I can easily think of this YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm very new to it and it's completely out of my expertise, but here we are on second video. Everyone started from scratch in the YouTube community. It doesn't matter how many followers. They might have millions of followers now, but initially they started from scratch. As they made videos, they learned, they grew. They looked at feedback from comments or probably talking to friends. That's what I personally did. I did get some feedback. Some of it could be considered critiques, but I look at it as constructive feedback. I had some friends look at it and give me some ideas for different softwares I can use for the video editing aspects, better transitions between different points, the graphics that I used, all kinds of features, the thumbnail, you name it. Now, an older version of me would take that feedback and be like, wow, there see so many issues. But instead, I'm looking at it, these are opportunities to grow, to learn. And I've implemented some of these things. And I know as I go through my YouTube journey, it will get better. I will learn and develop these skills. Focusing on that process rather than solely on the outcome is really important. It's important that you value the effort you put into those endeavors. Acknowledge that hard work and practice are essential for improvement. Understand that skills and abilities can be developed over time through deliberate practice and consistent effort. Now, I'd like to introduce a challenge for the audience. Think of a recent setback or failure you've experienced on your own self-improvement journey. Take a moment to reflect on what you've learned from that experience and how it has contributed to your growth. I would love to hear your thoughts from this challenge in the comment sections below. Moving on to the second theme of today's discussion, cultivating self-compassion. In addition to embracing failure, cultivating self-compassion is crucial in building resilience. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially during the difficult times. It allows us to bounce back from setbacks and maintain a positive mindset. So how do we cultivate self-compassion on our journey of self-improvement? This has actually been one of my biggest struggles personally. In my younger years, although I would like to still consider myself young, I, and I'm sure many others in the audience would understand, of constantly comparing myself to others. I had friends or colleagues that I worked with, students that I went to school with, who I stayed in touch, who I saw through social media and obviously just life events and things of that nature, social events. Could see that they were just continuing to climb the corporate ladder, or they started their own successful businesses. Some of them very successful. Some of them finding their romantic love partner. They just seemed to be so much further ahead of me, even though we were similar in age and experience. Comparing yourself to others is a common tendency, especially in today's age of social media. However, constantly measuring your worth against others has several negative effects. Firstly, it breeds a sense of inadequacy and diminishes your self-esteem. Secondly, comparing yourself to others is often based on incomplete and filtered information. What you see on social media doesn't reflect what's happening in the background. It's important to remember that everyone has their own journey, and what you see online does not always reflect the full reality. Thirdly, comparing yourself to others shifts your focus externally rather than internally. Directing your energy towards comparing yourself to others takes away from embracing your own journey and discovering your true potential. Here are a couple effective strategies that will help build self-compassion and resilience. One great practical technique is the practice of self-acceptance. Recognize that you are a unique individual on a unique path, and that making mistakes is part of the human experience. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend who might be facing a similar challenge. Embrace your imperfections. Remind yourself you are deserving of love and compassion. Another strategy is to challenge self-critical thoughts. Notice when you engage in negative self-talk or harsh self-judgment. I have to constantly do this just for myself, actually. It's important to pause and ask yourself, would I speak to a loved one in this way? Often the answer is no. And this is a tool that I use constantly because I have been told by many people that I observe, or people who observe me, that I'm very hard on myself, but I'm so compassionate and empathetic to others. Why don't I do it for myself? It's important to offer yourself words of encouragement. Remind yourself of your strengths. Focus on the progress that you have made. I know I, like many others, tend to focus on the negativity and the things that I'm not getting, things that have not accomplished, my failures. But we forget to look back into our journey and look at how far we've come from where we were to where we are now. For myself, growing up, elementary, junior high, high school, having teachers insult my intelligence, being ridiculed in front of my classmates, these were things that really held me back as I got into my adult years. And it did lower my self-esteem because I was so focused on what other people thought and said. And it made me believe that it was real. And I reflect back now, even with my current struggles, I look back and see how far I've come, how much more confident I am, how many more skills and abilities I have. And any of those teachers, looking back, if they saw me now, they would be shocked. But I don't do it for them. I do it for myself. It's a reminder to myself of how far I've come. It's important that you do the same. Now, I would love to give another challenge in this theme. Throughout the week, practice self-compassion by replacing self-criticism with self-encouragement. When faced with a setback or a moment of self-doubt, offer yourself words of kindness and support. Journal about your experiences and the impact of self-compassion on your resilience. Please, I would love to hear your insights and your reflections in the comments below. I know that this is a practice that I do myself quite regularly, journaling and confronting those feelings, those negative thoughts, and fighting that negative voice in my head and reminding that's not true, that's not who I am. that I am a good person, I am a strong person, I have a lot of ability. That's very important for your longevity and your own mental health. Now also, something that complements this is your well-being, your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. It's hard to be positive when you're not happy with the way you look or the way you think, or you might be going through an emotional time that you're not allowing yourself to feel those things. I implore you to try these strategies that I've mentioned in the video. I really think it will go a long way. In conclusion, just remember, building resilience is a lifelong journey. It requires patience, self-reflection, and commitment to continuous learning and improvement. Celebrate your progress, but be gentle with yourself along the way. Your resilience will not only help you to overcome challenges, but also inspire others to do the same. I really thank you for joining me on this exploration of building resilience on your own self-improvement journey. I hope you found these insights and practical examples valuable. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content on personal growth and self-improvement. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay resilient and keep growing.